All right. We are live. Cool. Uh, yeah. Sorry about the lighting. I've got like just the tiniest of headache today, and the overhead lights were like making it worse. So let me know you can at least hear me okay. You maybe can't see me perfectly, but you could probably see the screen. We're going to look at some of these PRs for Blueprint. So yeah, just hit me up in the chat. You can see me and hear me okay, and we'll jump right in. This one will be pretty short because I'm still kind of working on some things for the Laravel 8 release, making sure Shift is good to go and getting some feedback from all the usage and just tweaking that last bit of automation. But I do want to try to get back on track with doing some of these once a week. Again, maybe next time it might be on shift, but Blueprint needed some love this week. Like we talked about last time, I had planned on actually adding support for some of the new code conventions in Laravel 8, but thankfully, Nathan E. Saved the day here. Just this huge PR of all the model-based factories and namespace seeders and the updates to the models themselves. And I think even the code generated in the test, we'll look at it and find out. That's the big one I want to merge. But let's just take this little update build action first, and we'll go from there. So again, let me know you're hearing me okay in the chat if you don't mind. This is just related to the build process. Yeah, so I think we bumped version 8 and we cleaned up some of the composer bits. I think we went back and forth on this. I'm not sure. Set up problem matchers for PHP. Set up problem matchers. I don't know what those are. I thought I merged the previous build actions. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Good. They added some notes this time. So we updated the cache, which I thought we did before, but that's okay. Handle composer timeouts. Interesting. This will scan the logs, excuse me, logs for PHP and PHP unit errors and warnings, and surface them prominently in GitHub Actions. Okay, cool. So this is like seems like some better output reporting. So nice. That seems good. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and just squash merge this. I'm sure it's fine. The build's running, so that seems good. And so that takes care of just the quick one. And this was kind of the big one to review. We can see here almost 100 files changed. It looks like we have this use Laravel 7, use Laravel 8 to help up the test cases. So we were already doing a lot of code sniffing, because right now Blueprint supports all the way back to Laravel 6, which is the latest LTS version. As a tangent on that, I've thought about this a lot, and with the types of issues that are still open, and like wanting to adopt this meta syntax and all the changes in 7 and some of the new conventions in 8, I've decided that Blueprint version 2, which will probably start this winter or December, end of the year, that I probably will only support the latest version of Laravel for Blueprint moving forward. So I do think Laravel 6, if you're still running Laravel 6 or you want to stay on LTS, whatever, totally personal choice there. I understand. So you'll be able to still use Blueprint version 1, which I think is pretty feature rich on its own. But moving forward, I think I only want to support the latest version just so I don't have to do things like this. Like we'll see how on all the files that are changed here, we can just start looking at this. Like there's just so much, there's starting to become a lot of checks to be able to generate the appropriate code for each individual version. You've heard me gripe probably in a previous live stream about those factory constraints, or not factory constraints, foreign key constraints. Just all the nuance there, those were already nuanced anyway, but then having to generate the different code for 6 and 7 and any newness that happens in 8 just becomes really annoying. So it's hard to maintain, and just my time's already limited with something like this, but I really do think Blueprint's one of the better open source projects that I work on, so I do want to keep it going and keep it alive and keep it fresh and keep that momentum. So I think it'll be a lot easier for me to do that if it only supports the latest version. So anyway, bit of a tangent there, but just kind of also a heads up that Blueprint will only support the latest version of Laravel, version 2 and beyond. So just kind of looking at this, again, I know Nathan, he does good work here, so I feel like this is going to be totally fine. I see that a lot of stubs here. I did take a quick look at this earlier, and the only thing were really just some tiny, tiny conventions. So I'm probably going to go ahead and merge this and then fix up some of this other stuff. The factory stub, I guess there's a different factory stub that gets used, but there, again, there was just some small naming and then maybe some paths. If we scroll down here, let me find them. Some of these paths didn't really follow the paths that were used for like other fixtures. So we'll spend a minute reviewing the code, but also kind of looking at that. So this closure based, I think what we were doing before was doing something like dash Laravel 8 here, dash Laravel 7, instead of putting those underneath, I guess like, this closure based or whatever subdirectory. So just some tiny things like that. So let's just go ahead and pull this down. And then what we'll do to finish up the video stream is we'll actually create a new Laravel project running Laravel 8, of course, and then we'll run the README blueprint draft file and see that it generated these the way we, hoped it did. So cool. So anyway, yeah, it looks all good here. So let's just go ahead and squash merge this in. Of course, we won't tag it just yet. But this will make it easier to make those little tiny refactors and review the code because 96 files is nuts. So let's do a git pull. We'll bring all that down. Did I finish that? Yeah, I did. It's thinking about it. Again, all those files. Did my internet crap out or something? No? Seems good. Maybe GitHub? Google seems to work. Laravel.com. Yeah. That git pull just hung, I think. Let's try it again. There we go. That happens sometimes. All right, cool. Vendor bin, PHP unit. This should all run, of course. Excellent. Good. Why am I hearing myself in my audio? Did it switch? No? Okay, whatever. I think my computer just glitched there for a second. So hopefully you can still see and hear me okay. See the screen? Okay, so let's bring up PHP Storm. And we'll bring up the old blueprint project. And let's start hacking away at some of those small things. Yeah, my computer is definitely taking off. So something happened there. I guess that git pull sent it swirling. All right, let's take a look at, yeah, so I know there's a lot of files inside here, but if we take a look at migrations, I think we'll see that, yeah, see how a lot of these were like Laravel 6. I know it's a little bit crowded, but I want to follow that convention. At the least, I would want to name this Laravel 8 and then drop all those in there. So yeah, exactly. They're totally duplicated. I get it. But I just kind of want to follow the convention. So let's just bring up a little scratch pad. Can we do that? Scratch. Is there a special key for bringing up a scratch pad in PHP Storm? Scratches. Text files, fine. There we go. Let's just do this. Let's do a git move on test fixtures, and then what were these? These were like class based or something. Class. Hello, class based, and then instead we'll want to make these tests fixtures. Factories. Forgot about that. And then paste, and then dash Laravel 8. And let's go back to the beginning here. Boom, 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 boom. And that's factories. All right, and you know what? It'll be a lot easier if we just make this a little shell script. I'm going to close the chat for a minute because it is like in my way. New file, script.sh. Very descriptive. There we go. All right, script.sh. Oh, what did I forget? What did it not like? Test fixtures factories. Is that not the right path? Test fixtures factories. Oh, closure based. Closure based. There we go. Let's try that again. All right. There we go. Those are all moved. And then we can kill that folder. And then we should be able to find anywhere where we say closure. Closure based. Probably going to be a lot of these too. Oh no, there's just a few. Good. So we'll change this. Ooh, we were doing something a bit fancy here. This fixture, I see. Anywhere where we were using those, we swapped them out to the closure-based one as well. You know what? This is all data provider driven anyway, so we could probably just add them to the data provider even though they're duplicated. That's okay. So let's not do that. Let's just put that back to the way it was, which I think was probably something more like this. And there we go. And then here we go. Yeah, so these will just all get duplicated, right? Model tree provider, I think so. And, oh, what was the output of these? Where was that? Who uses the model tree provider? Were we doing something else here too? Or did it somehow know to use the same thing? How did it know the factory to output? Where does it compare that? It gets the fixture here, and then it gets the definition. So we're about to bring through the definition. Wait, that wasn't where I changed it. Where did I change this? Here it is. What is this one doing? Model tree provider for data. Oh, I see. Okay, so this is unchanged, and this would actually be the dash Laravel 8. This would be where we could do some fanciness. So I think instead of the fanciness, I think the thing to do would just be to copy this and make it a Laravel 8 data tree provider. So model tree, yeah, so let's just say Laravel 8 model tree data provider. There we go. And then we'll need to fix this, all these factories to be, not that. What's the easiest way to do this? Here we go. That's a tricky way to do it. Let's do it. I cannot type today. Laravel 8, there we go. And let's go back up to, is it this one? Nope. Nope. Yep. There it is. Laravel 8 model data tree provider. All right, let's see if this, how much I broke. A lot. Okay, so what's the file name that it's missing here? Drafts unconventional key, unconventional. So which output? Oh, Laravel 6 is still doing, I bet, the fancy. Yes, it is. So let's put this back to the way it was. There we go. Nope, too quick. What did we break here? That should still be the same data factories. Why is this different? Why is it even doing the dot? It really shouldn't even do any of that. It should just pull the straight factory. Okay, and now we're actually getting... Okay, so output writes factory for model tree with data set. Alright, all column types. Well, this is a more annoying refactor than I thought it was going to be. What else is broken here? Let's go take a look at what actually got changed. Which file is this? Factory generator. Oh my gosh, Zoom is in the way, or Ecamm Live. Factory generator test. Generator test. There we go. What changed here? Alright, output writes nothing. The Laravel 8 one should be fine. And then they switched to 7. What got changed? It really shouldn't have changed anything. So it just ran the fixture before and then checked the definition. So that should be correct. We didn't change anything else. So this should be running off the closure-based bits. So why is that? Are all the ones failing for 7? 6 and 7, or is it just 6? So we've got 6. Oh no, it's failing for 7 too. So what's wrong with these? Database factories, all common types. Oh, I see what's wrong. They're actually swapped. The closure-based ones, yeah, these actually need to be flip-flopped. That's annoying. Okay. Well, we can write another script for that. Let's do that. Alright, so this is going to be a little weird. We're going to have to do like a double move. That's gross. Okay, so let's do this. Let's take this portion and let's just kind of fix all these real quick. So let's do this. I think the easiest thing to do would be to do a git reset. Let's use git to undo a lot of that. Let's do git add test the feature and just whip that. And then we'll do a git reset -- hard. And that should get us back to... That should bring back the closure-based ones to life. Which means that we can just simply copy those, and we would only want to rename the ones from the top level. So we could do a git clean fd on test fixtures. And there we go. We're back to just where I didn't break all that. Okay, and now, instead of calling these closure-based, or instead of doing the closure-based ones, what we would want to do here is actually rename the ones that are already in the top-level folder to be the Laravel 8 ones. That's the correct action. sh script, and then we would want to rename anything that was in closure-based to just kind of be the original versions. There we go. That should be what we want. And if I'm right, this should all pass, minus maybe a few. Okay, so what's wrong with these few? Output creates directory for nested components. Why are you bad? Alright, so it looks like... My guess is these probably just need to be changed to be a Laravel 8 version. Oh, I see. We need to make sure that these are supported correctly. Yeah, it expected these to be the Laravel 7, I think. Let's go check that out. So I think that flip-flop has introduced another problem now. I heard something in the chat. I'll check it in just a second. Let me see. I don't know why my computer is like not working here. This is annoying. Okay, what do we have here? Output ignores. All right, so this. Oh, this uses Laravel 8, but it's using the old fixture? That's interesting. Do we have two of these? So did this fixture just get... Did it just get overridden, I guess? Maybe? Yeah, that's definitely not... This is probably more of what it expects. Yes, true. So this, if we're using Laravel 8 here, we would need to use dash Laravel 8, right? Let's see if that fixes it. Yes, it does. I'm interested to see why... I feel like we should keep the one for 7 too, but let's go ahead and clean these up while we're at it. Alright, what's the last one? Output creates directory for nested component. I'm assuming that's just the next one. Yes, it is. So it'd be nice if we kept the original for Laravel 7 as well, but at least we're back to passing now. So let's stop there while we're ahead, because that was way longer of a refactor than I wanted it to be. I probably just would have left that alone, but whatever. There's something to be said for symmetry. So, okay, I'm not too concerned that the old tests don't exist. So again, I may do that offline. There was one more just tiny little fix I wanted to do, and hopefully with the power of PHP unit, this one will not be as involved. I think there was like there was a Laravel 8 up, and it just didn't feel like it read as well to me. I'd rather this say something like is Laravel 8 or higher or something like that. So I definitely get what Laravel 8 up means, but I think this just feels a little better. So that should pick up the rest. And let's do vendor bin PHP unit. Good. And I just want to see all the places this is used. Oh, so it's only used in Cedar Generator. So that's a tiny little refactor anyway. I think that's pretty good. I don't remember scrolling through here and seeing anything else that just kind of didn't feel symmetrical. So again, I know those refactors probably looked a bit annoying on the viewer side, but those factories are just, the fixtures are becoming just very, very large. So I just want to make sure they're consistent, because they've been pretty annoying in the past to like mess with and refactor. So I think in the future I'm going to put that impetus on the PR developer next time, or the contributor next time. So, but again, I think it sounds like Nathan, you're on the call, so I definitely appreciate all that work. So I didn't want to have you do that. So because this was a huge refactor anyway, which is good. Okay, cool. I think this is okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and push this to master and probably leave this alone. So let's pair these up correctly though. So I want to leave that as a separate refactor. But we do need to fix these as part of our original refactor. Use symmetrical fixture naming for versions. Alright, git push origin head, and then that should just leave our little Cedar rename. Cool. Now that I understand, I'll fix the rest using data providers. Oh, what did we miss? I mean, I'll go ahead and fix it. What's left, do you think? Oh crap, did Blueprint go in with that last one? No, it's here. Oh, so the Cedar was only here. I thought that was in Blueprint. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Naming things is hard. I like doing the silly little base code tags there. Alright, git clean fd. Let's just make sure everything's still running. And I probably expect a PR to come in from style CI, because I didn't actually run that during the refactor, so we'll let that clean that up. What are we doing here as far as time? I was planning on going about 30 minutes. Let's see if we can tackle those missing tests just real quick. Nathan, is that what you were talking about? You were just saying those missing tests for backfilling 7. where were those? Those were in the factory generator test again, I think. So yeah, we just would want to make sure that the closure-based ones handle the nesting. Is there even a nesting in? What are these? What is this? Nested components. Let's see what this looks like. Nested components. Where are you? There you are. So yeah, there's really... It's kind of irrelevant, to be honest. Like, if it's doing it here, there's no reason it shouldn't be doing it here. What would be interesting to me is like if you nested a seeder or if you somehow nested a factory, that would be something I would want to test explicitly in Laravel 8. So for example, if, and I'm not saying Blueprint even does this right now, but if you somehow had like a nested bit here, that would be more interesting to me now that these are namespaced. And again, that's not something that I think that Blueprint, maybe it supports it, but it's not like documented. So for those reasons, I'm not super worried about this. So yeah, I don't think I'll mess with that. All right, let's go see what's out here in the pull requests, maybe to get some ideas for next time. Oh no, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to let's make a new Laravel 8 project. I don't think I have the new Laravel 8 installer though, so let's just use create project, and we'll just make one off master, and let's call this L8. All right, let's give this a second. Hopefully it doesn't make the computer blow up. It was definitely glitching out there. My typing is terrible today, but this slowness is all the machine, not me. All right, there we go. Let's go into L8 and let's do a composer install, and then we'll go back and get Blueprint. Where are you, Blueprint? We're going to want you. So hopefully that doesn't require me to fire up Docker. I still think Mac has PHP 7.3 at least. And we can just use a local SQLite database to get started. So I'm going to close PHP Storm just to save some cycles. And let's just run the README and see that it generates these new class-based things. I have every confidence that it does, but it's always nice to check it out, right? I feel like the internet connection is just like in and out. Either that or Composer/GitHub is just getting slammed today, which is also possible. I've been meaning to update to Composer 2 as well, which is, I've noticed to be a bit faster, kind of anecdotally. I think my connection's clipping though for how much that's doing that. Anyway, we got the README here. What is the format? I forgot the format for seeders. I know we support it. Yeah, see, look at that. There was a failed notification on GitHub as well. So, Blueprint. What is? Do I even document that? Generating database seeders. Yes, I do. Awesome. Hey, there we go. Okay, so we'll add that to our little example as well. Oh, good. Here we go. So let's take this again, and we'll bring that in, and then let's output this draft file and tack on those seeders for like post and user or something like that. I mean, if it generates one, it generates all, right? Oh crap, that's not going to be good enough for Blueprint. We'll need to do dev master. And let's make sure that pulls the same commit SHA, which should be 74894. 74894, good. Okay, so that should be good. PB paste draft.yaml. And you know what? Let's just VI that sucker. And at the end, we'll do, whoops. Nope. We'll do seeders and user and post. right? Is that the syntax? I think it's just the model names, right? Yes, it is. Good. All right, that should be good enough. And then, of course, this is going to fail until we make the database and run migration. So let's touch database database.sqlite, and let's copy the .env to .env, and let's vi that as well. And this will be SQLite. Append SQLite. All right, that should be good enough for that. But I did notice key generate. PHP artisan migrate. Fresh. All right. And then we probably need to run blueprint trace. Great. Now, PHP artisan blueprint build. Uh-oh. Put file contents database seeds user. Okay. ls database. Ooh. That's unfortunate. Ooh. Is that right? Did they change that last minute? Am I crazy? I thought they changed that to seeds. Come on, internet. What the freak? Speed test. What's going on here? I'm curious now. It is fucking not me. Okay, not me. GitHub. It's GitHub's problem. No, they did change it to. They didn't change it to seeders. Why did I call that seeds? At some point in time, that was. I swear that was seeds. Am I crazy? Maybe I am. Oh, it was database seeds. Now it's seeders. So this maybe is just backwards. I see. Okay, so good. We found a little bug in Blueprint, I think. So that's good. It was seeds. I had it backwards. It was seeds, but it is now seeders. We are just saving it in the wrong spot for Laravel 8. So good. This is exactly why we wanted to test this in a Laravel 8 app. So let's go fix that. Blueprint, and that's what we'll do. So yeah, we'll go a little over time and make sure this gets fixed. Let's go to Blueprint, and let's go to the seeders. Do we have a seeder test? Yeah, we do. Seeder generator test. All right, let's find where it's Laravel 8. We are doing Laravel 8. So this needs to go out to seeders. There we go. There we go. There we go. Fixture seeders is all good. Vendor bin PHP unit. We've got a failure. All right, good. It did not go to the right place. It went to seeds. Let's just make sure these other ones are still seeds. That's all fine. So let's get this fixed up now that we have the failing test. Let's go to the seeder generator, and here, if we're Laravel 8 or higher, good. Get path, though, needs to be a little bit different. Here we go. If is Laravel 8 or higher, then we will return seeders. There it is. Oh, spoke too soon. Database seeders. What's wrong with you? This is Laravel 8 or higher. Did we properly set up our test? Version compare. Okay, that's fine. Seeders stub. Use Laravel 8. Seeders. Is that the appropriate failing test? Output generates seeders from. Oh, that's fine. Where is that? Good. It's just a separate test failing, which is good. Always ping pong back and forth with your tests. Never change both at the same time. So we thought we had all the tests covered. We had a failing test, which was good. It drove us to fix it, but in the process of fixing it, yielded a test that we missed. So put back on our fixing of tests cap, and now we are back to where we need to be. I'm glad this test existed. I would have never remembered traced models, so that is very good. Okay, I think we are in a good place here. Git commit, or well, git add -p. Let's just make sure we got it all good. And actually, before I do that, let's make sure we didn't miss the style CI bit. No, we didn't. All right, cool. I'll run it later manually. Okay, so add the check there for the path, and then update the test to make sure that the Laravel 8 ones use seeders, not seed or seeds, and that looks good. All right, all test passing. Git commit -m, update seeders path for Laravel 8. Git push origin head, cd period. Let's go back to our L8 folder, and let's do composer update. Or well, you know what? I know GitHub is being slow, so let's just give that like 30 seconds or so. We'll make sure this gets out here and find the new commit SHA, which is B2AD. All right. Let's try that. And we'll run this again. And we should probably, crap, this isn't a Git repo. This isn't a Git repo, so it's going to be a little bit annoying to, all right, well, let's just tell it specifically then. Composer update Laravel shift blueprint. Let's see if that picks it up. Again, it's probably just composer slash bitbucket, or sorry, composer slash GitHub being a little bit slow. So while it's doing that, I can't just run a git clean fd. What we can do though is php artisan blueprint erase. Cool. Oh, it did. Did it? ls ls, what do we want to ls? We want to ls the app folder. It did make posts, and it has a models folder too. Oh, that's another thing. You know what? Blueprint, and this is why, again, going back to like only supporting the latest version. Out of the box, if you're running Laravel 8, Blueprint's configuration still is going to, I think, configure for, it's just going to put app in the top level even though your default would be models. So it would be nice if Laravel Blueprint was smart enough when you, I guess, published that file, if it could do app models. That would be kind of cool. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Not a huge deal. It's going to be very, very annoying to clean out all of those things. I'm surprised Blueprint didn't erase those things, though. We said, oh, because, I see. Because it failed, we didn't get a proper blueprint bit last time. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, that's going to be annoying to remove all of those. I tell you what, let's just try that old update command and let's see what happens if we do like the -o for the overwrite. So what was this, like B2 or B4 AD or something like that? Let's see if it finds it. All right, where's that require command? Let's just do this again. Come on, you can do it. It's got to go to GitHub, and then GitHub's got to publish to Packagist, and then Packagist has to, cache that out. So this might be a sec. I'm going to give it like 2 more tries, and then we're just going to assume that it works, and I'll verify it before I tag it. But it'd be nice to see it in action. Yeah, it's not going to pick it up. I don't know of another way to force that short of like uninstalling it. We could try composer remove and then bring it back just to really try to forcibly do it. I don't know. Let's see. I don't use the remove command that often, so it's kind of fun anyway. What do you mean it's not required? That's strange. Come on. There we go. B2AD, that looks good. All right, let's try this again. Blueprint, build, build, and we'll do the -O. Wait, I thought we had a -O option. Is it -- overwrite? What is it? -- help. Oh, -M. There we go. Okay, so it created everything this time, so that's on a good track. Where's our seeders? They're under seeders. Good. Oh, crap. I copy-pasted all that. All right, let's just bring up Atom and let's take a quick look at these files, and that'll be it for now. All right, so yeah, we talked about this, but that's a little bit annoying. Okay, good. We got the has factory. We got the has factory trait, so that's definitely a Laravel 8 thing. This allows us to do the factories with the shorthand syntax, which is really clean. We'll look at those here in the test in just a sec. Let's jump out to databases, factory, namespace, post, good. Ooh, look at that. See, it didn't find user correctly. So that little mismatch there is kind of annoying, and I'm sure there's going to be some open issues about that here pretty soon. So I'll just have to tell people, you know, again, they'll need to publish the config, which I don't really like. It'd be nice if there's no published config if Blueprint was smart enough to kind of figure it out, because Laravel 8's smart enough to figure it out. Now, in this case, it's a hybrid, so this is kind of hodgepodge, but again, it should have never generated posts here. It should have had it under models by default. But anyways, the point is the factories are looking good. The definitions here, all the nice stuff. I see good formatting. That's great. And then database seeders, that was already given to us. Database seeders looks good. Database seeders looks good. And it uses the new user factory syntax. Very, very nice. Okay, let's check the tests. Feature test for controllers, post controller. Okay, here's something else we missed. We missed generating that in a Laravel 8 capacity. So yeah, I think this needs to be tweaked as well. So I'm going to open some issues for this before we tag, but I do think this was good progress. And again, thanks a lot to Nathan for giving us a great start here. That's kind of the last little bit here. The generation of factories. This should really look something like, you know, post. In Laravel 8, this should be factory and then time. I cannot type times. There we go. That's what that should look like in Laravel 8. So we'll just need to clean that up a little bit. Again, I think the factory helper totally works still in Laravel 8 just for convenience. I think. I don't know for sure. But either way, Blueprint should be generating full-on Laravel 8 code, especially since we dropped that has factory in post, so we can take advantage of this again, streamlined syntax. So I'll open an issue for that and clean it up. Nathan, if you're around still, looks like you are, and you want to hack on that for a few minutes while I grab lunch, great. If not, I'll do it later this afternoon. So again, I appreciate all your help on this. So good. So I think once that's done, I'll tag this. It'll be what is it? Blueprint 1.19, I think, is what we're getting to, which is great. So 1.18 will run. It is Laravel 8 compatible, but it will generate the non-namespace stuff. So I want to give a fast follow on this here pretty quickly. So again, I'll try to get that tag later today and publish it on Twitter. Looks like, Nathan, you had one final comment here. Would you accept a GitHub action that creates a new Laravel project and run Blueprint using example draft, then run the generated tests. Oh, crazy. Um, yeah, I would totally accept maybe like a separate action or something that does that. Um, it'd be really cool if that was somehow like not mandatory or something though. Like if it failed, it didn't like fail the build. Um, but yeah, I don't know. That could be cool. Could be totally cool. But we should fix those factory test generated code first. I think that's probably the priority first. So, but yeah, that'd be awesome. So, all right. Well, anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Sorry for the slow start there. Like I said, my brain's going a bit slow today with that headache, but I think I worked it off now. So, I appreciate everyone attending live and dealing with the internet issues. Provided there's no major issues, and sometimes when this number gets above 10, I like to do these live streams, but I think we'll kind of let Blueprint coast, and if next Thursday there are not above 10 issues or anything major, then maybe I'll live stream hacking on Shift instead. So that'll be cool. So again, thanks everyone, and see you all next week.